Hey friends, this is Marilyn from Tarot4All, and yesterday I did a video on the Tarot4All deck, which is a deck that was created to be used in unison with a phone app, probably mostly for people who are just learning tarot. However, I purchased the deck because I bought it for $12 or $11.99 or something like that, and I bought it just to have an inexpensive deck. Now, after I've had it for 24 hours and, gazing at the cards, these nagging QCodes in the corner are just begging me to do a more proper review. I merely reviewed the cards yesterday as though you were just going to use the cards themselves and not use the app. But the whole point of this deck is to use the app, so I thought I probably gave you a disservice by not showing you or not trying to figure out how to use the deck. Now, I'm going to give it a shot. Now, I was fumbling with it for the better part of the morning, and I wasn't getting it to work. But then the last time was the charm. Whatever I did different, it worked. So I'm going to try to repeat that for you now. Let me flip the camera. I'm using a second phone. My husband has a secondary phone. I'm going to use his phone to assist since I'm using my phone to video. Okay, so when you turn the app on, you have a few options for things. I turn off the music. I don't want to hear the music, but I do have sound effects on, so you will hear that. It calls up the app. It's a little slow, so bear with me. Could be my husband's phone is slow too. Hello. There we go. So it gives a little what it's about kind of deal. Now, when you go to your profile first, and then you register your deck. When you register your deck, particularly if you bought it through Amazon, you have to include your Amazon purchase and then your email. So I'll get out of that so you don't see my information. But you do have to register the deck. Then you, go back and choose instructions for a real deck. Okay, so I'm using a real deck. So let's say 3 cards. Okay, let's do 3 cards. Oh no, I don't want to do that. It's got a learning curve, so I'm sorry, guys. Instructions for real deck. Okay, all right. Tells you how to shuffle your cards because anybody knows how to do that. Register your deck. All right, I'll do the 3 card spread. I'll pick that one. Then, it doesn't tell you to do this, but push the corner thing. Push that thing. No, now I'm not getting it to work. Darn. Wow. Well, so much for that. I still can't. I got it to work once. Real tarot card recognition. Well, it shows you how it's supposed to work. Where you scan the corners, but it's not working for me. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I properly registered my deck. So I don't know, friends. Okay. Okay, so what I did different this time is I just picked spreads after I registered. Now I pick real spread, okay? One card spread, yes, no, maybe. All right, here we go. All right, so I am drawing one card, whatever card's on top, and that's the Hermit. And this is to use this with yes, no, maybe. Okay, so I put it down, draw one card. Okay, this is for 3 cards. I couldn't get the one card to work. Let's see. All right, 3 cards. I mean, this is not a real spread. I'm just looking to see how it works. I just want it to work, guys. Scan the right DM code in each position, okay? Let's hit skip. Oh, okay. All right, so we have the first one. Now I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Let's see. I get it in the square, which is no small task. All right, let's try this one. Maybe this one will work easier. Okay, got that one. So it's not going to have them in the right order. All right. So you have to be careful with it. Okay. Now it shows the 3 cards. I'm going to put them in the order that I actually captured it. Okay. Now you hit press to reveal meaning. So what it does, it just gives you a pat response for the world in the past position. This card mirrors to the roots of a situation in the past to truly understand the present and to be able to see the future. Okay, then it goes on to the card meaning. Guaranteed event, rewards received, travel, emigration within the same continent, change of place of residence, an acquisition or sale of land. Okay, now we're going to try the next one. All right, so how do we do that? Hermit, present. The present, it just tells you what the present means. And then card meaning. Prudence, wisdom, patience, silence, spiritual. So you see, like for example, if I were to read and then you hit the arrow for the next card and then it tells you the future, what the future position means, and then the card meaning in this case, which is the 4 batons, it just says complete realization, settlement, peace, harmony, romance, marriage, security. So let's say, for example, we were to do a genuine reading and I laid these 3 cards and the question was, how will my relationship with my brother progress? That's a general question. You know, most people have a sibling, you know. How will my relationship with my brother progress? All right, so we have a world card. Now, if we, like I said, this was the card for the past. Okay, so in real life, I would say, well, we had a good relationship, right? If I'm reading the cards just for reading the cards. We've always had a good relationship, very close, you know, as good as you can have, because the world card I interpret as a card of manifestation of optimal results, right? Then the present, well, maybe we're aged, we're both aging. There's some, you know, issues perhaps, you know, with being nostalgic where he's looking toward the past or, you know, or I am, one of us, both of us are looking to the past and being reminiscent about, you know, good relationship we used to have. And perhaps, you know, realizing that we're elders now. And what does that mean for the future? Well, the Four of Batons I would see as, just celebrate the good times, celebrate what's left. Four is a stable number. Batons is a social number. So, take advantage of getting together at family gatherings and just having a good time. So this would be how perhaps I would interpret it, as a genuine 3-card spread without concern for these doodads in the corners. But when you read the past, it just tells you what the card means, and then you put it in the past. So it says guaranteed event, rewards received, travel, emigration within the same continent, change of place of residence, acquisition or sale of land. Now, to apply any of that to a past relationship with a sibling, I think it's just easier to learn how to read the cards legitimately, to be honest. We'll try the next one, okay? Now, this is the present relationship, the Hermit. Prudence, wisdom, patience, silence, spiritual advancement, divine inspiration, circumspection, withdrawal from the world, loneliness, pilgrimage, can be a mentor, balancing and progressing. So you would apply that meaning to your question. And then the last meaning, which would be the future position, meaning complete realization, settlement, peace, harmony, romance, marriage, society. So that's what you get with this app. Yesterday I lamented that, you wouldn't be intuitive. And I don't mean intuitive as in making stuff up and being an intuitive reader who doesn't know meanings of the cards. What I meant really was using your, understanding to make the meaning, apply to a circumstance. Like the machine or the app can't do that for you. You'd have to bring that with you, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't, like, if I were to suggest to my grandchildren how to play cards, how to interpret tarot cards, I wouldn't say, hey, there's this app you can use, I wouldn't do that. There are some really good decks that have that. The Tarot of the Holy Light has an app, which I have on my phone. But the reason I bought that app was because essentially that app is the book. So if you were to get the Tarot of the Holy Light app, you essentially have the contents of their book, giving all the information. And I'll show you the book, if I can grab it. Because I have the book as well as the app. So the app essentially has the contents of this book. There may be some pages that doesn't have, but it's got basically the contents of this. So if you're, and this is a complicated deck. This is a deck that, has some really, images that even I am not altogether familiar with. So when I was trying to learn this deck, I had to read the book from cover to cover, which I did. And then when I was on vacation, I used the app, which had all this information. I don't think this is quite like that. This just gives you, thumbnail information on the meanings of each cards. And that's it. So now let's try one more thing. They have a yes or no kind of thing. Let me flip the camera. All right, so getting back to, let me go back. They want me to shuffle the deck. Okay, I'm going to skip. All right, so yes, no. Will I win the lottery? Okay, let me get another card. All right. Yes, no. So I have the 8 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 8 of Swords. All right. So I got to get the code lined up in there. Oh, I didn't pick yes or no. Darn. Okay, my bad. Okay. Will I win the lottery? All right, I'm going to skip all this stuff. I'm going to line up the code with the 8 of Swords. And when it likes how I did it, okay, then it'll show it, it'll project it on the virtual table, and then you possess, it says no, you won't. This card gives you a metaphor to analyze the question or situation at hand. Card meaning: interference, restriction, temporary illness, or captivity, indecision. So again, you know, I'm going to say it. It seems to be an app that shows Marseille cards, but gives Rider-Waite Smith meanings. And you know what? We'll test it, and we'll see what it says for the 3 of Swords. If we get the 3 of Swords meaning, then we'll know. If we get the Rider-Waite Smith 3 of Swords meaning, then we know that despite it being a Tarot of Marseille deck, it's not giving us TDM meanings. Okay, here we go. And besides, you know, TDM meanings are really very personal, to be honest. Go on. Okay. Press to reveal meaning. No thanks. Sorrow, separation, fights, tears, delay, absence. So we're decidedly getting Rider-Waite Smith. We're decidedly getting Rider-Waite Smith meanings, despite the fact that this is a TDM style deck. So keep that in mind, right? So you're hoping to learn TDM. You're not going to learn it by getting an overlay of TDM, Rider-Waite Smith, or, you know, Waite Colman Smith meanings. So, you know, and some people like say, oh, I'm having a hard time like superimposing Rider-Waite Smith meanings onto my TDM cards. It's like, well, because you don't do that, you know, you don't do that. And, you know, so any device that says that that's how you do it, take it with a grain of salt. You can, if you want. I have no right to tell you not to. But if you want to learn TDM and you're going to use Rider-Waite Smith meanings, just use a deck of Rider-Waite Smith cards, and, you know, because TDM is a different thing. At any rate, I hope this has been helpful to you. And until next time, friends, peace and stay well.